Hello, my friends. I'm going to be doing a iris pour today, but first let me show you what I did with the landscape I poured. I think it was last week. It was intended to be a sunset over a lake, and it was okay, just the pour as is, but I knew I wanted to change it up when it dried, and change it up I did. I used Colorare's Vivid Intense paints, and I'm telling you, these are so potent. Honestly, I used 2 or 3 drops of each of the colors only and did all of this. This is a 16 by 20, so it's a good size painting, and it really just took drops of paint. Now the sky, I pretty much revamped the entire thing, but the water, I only put like a tint of a couple of colors over. You can still see that it was poured. And then I just brought some of the colors of the sunset into the water, added this bit of land mass behind, and I'm pretty happy with it. I do want to show you how great it looks in a floating frame. If you haven't gotten any of these from Jerry's Artorama, they're a lightweight material. They come in different colors, but I only had white on hand right now. Anyway, look how that dresses up that painting. They send you the hardware to attach it to the frame, and even the hanging hardware. So I buy them in a 6-pack, and I think it comes to maybe less than, I'm sure it comes to less than $20 a piece. And so if you have some of these narrow canvases that you want to frame, make them look a bit more substantial, I recommend these frames from Jerry's. I've gotten them in gold and gold, white, and black, I think. And so far I've been very happy with them. So I'm using similar colors in my flower today. I've got some oranges, reds, and yellows. I'm using the Liquitex Fluid Paints once again. I love them on these Dutch pours. This is the Cad Orange. This one is a mix of Cad Orange and red. Crimson, is it? No, Napthol Crimson. And then yellow. Cad Yellow medium. And I just mix them with Floetrol. A lot of Floetrol, a little paint, and I'll detail it down below, the ratios. You probably know by now because I've been using this same recipe for quite some time. This one was a mix of light green permanent and yellow. 2 parts yellow, 1 part light green permanent to come up with a kind of a limey green. And then I've got Hooker's Green. It's interesting that Hooker's Green is named after a famous botanical artist from a couple of 100 years ago. His name was William Hooker. So he invented it to come up with a nice leaf green. And of course it can be mixed to darken or lighten. It's just a good base color, but I'm going to use it straight as an homage to William Hooker. And then lastly, I've got some metallics. I'm using Arteza Pearl Canary Yellow. And I did mix this a little differently than the Liquitex paints. The base is also Liquitex. I'm just going to use white, and I'm going to put the base down off camera so I make sure I have enough. And I think I'm going to thin this down a little bit, actually. That feels thicker to me than the colors. So I'll do that, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I've got my base coat down, and this is a 20 by 20, and I used 16 ounces of mixed paint to cover it, and that seemed to be just about the right amount. I was able to scrape up maybe an ounce of drippings to keep in case I need any to do any fixing. I did add a little water to it, and then I did the drip test, and it came out pretty perfect. So both my base coat and my colors are the same consistency. So let's get to it. Mixed up a little more orange because looking at it, I was afraid for this size canvas that maybe I didn't have enough. So I'm going to have my usual 3 petals here. And I often do it kind of at an angle, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. My top one's pretty much centered. So let's go. I wish I had started down here a little more. Maybe I'll tilt it just ever so slightly. I don't know. I won't worry about it. Okay. Now this is kind of the red orange. Well, we got a lot there, but I don't want them all exactly the same, right? Yellow. The yellow, of course, will mix with the red and make another shade of orange. Put a little dribble of it up here. Maybe I'll make the top petals more yellow. I had plenty of paint. I was worried I wouldn't have enough, and I've got plenty. Okay, now for the center area, that's where I want the green. And I kind of like to let it go into the petals as well, so kind of drizzle it in there. Oh, I should have started with the dark green. Oh well. The hooker's green. All right, and now the metallic Canary Yellow by Arteza. This is my only metallic in here. I like the way that looks on that with the yellow and the orange. Let's put some more up there. All right. Oh, I've got so much paint left. All right, now I wonder if my puddles are big enough for this large canvas. I think these are okay. But look how skimpy. Maybe I'd better add some more. Why not? All right. Now let's drizzle some. Now maybe these need to be larger. Okay. Now, just for fun, I thought it might be fun I mixed up some Australian Floetrol and Amsterdam 1-to-1. I'm just going to add a little bit of that. Just a nice little dime-sized dot on each of these bottom petals. We'll just see what that does, if anything. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use my large hairdryer this time because I'm hoping to just do maybe just one blowout per petal, and the little hairdryer on this large canvas, I'm just not sure. So this one does have a cool setting. I'm going to try it on low, and I will play some music so your ears won't hurt you. Didn't have much happen there. Mess with it anymore. The blowing out part. I'm pretty happy with it. I love the way this green came in there. My Australian Floetrol, that didn't do anything. It just got lost in here, and that's fine. Do I want to add anything else to it? I'm just wondering if I want to add some green drizzles. You know me. And see how the base coat kind of sucked it up. They turned into these wonderful skinny little lines. So it wouldn't be bad. Just trying to visualize where and how that would look. I'm not going to. I'm going to stop. I'm going to leave it alone. And oh, look at that! Looks like a frog on the petal. That would be a fun embellishment when it's dry to change that into a little green frog, a little yellow green frog. I think I'll do that just for a surprise. Okay, I think it's quite pretty. Let me bring you in for a closer look. I could have added even more color because it kind of got a little washed out over here. But look at those vivid colors. These Liquitex are quite potent as well. The center's interesting, kind of a tangled green mess, but I'm very happy with the way the green goes up into the petals. There's the little frog shape. And these are quite pretty, these lower petals. Yeah. I happen to love these colors myself. So I'm happy with this, and I hope you like it too. Thanks for watching, my friends, and I'll see you next time.